New client right here. And good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing better than me. I ate a whole bunch of sugar yesterday. I was faded, ate a whole bunch of sugar. Woke up, face puffy as hell today, dry. I look terrible. So if there's two things that we should not be doing as often as we are, for some of us, is drinking and eating a bunch of processed sugar. I don't condone it. But we're here. So real quick, man, I hope everybody's doing good. Drink your water, detox and all that stuff. I'm about to sign this contract real quick on stream. You're not gonna see it. That's not what I mean. But I'm gonna sign this contract real quick with Roman. You know. That's all I'm gonna say. So I'm about to sign this. Show you a little bit about the new client that we're shooting with today. Very major food brand. And then later today, I'm gonna get back on stream and talk about one of the recent major partnerships that we landed. And we've already got everything approved, everything now. Or for a while actually, probably for a couple weeks. And I've been meaning to do a stream dedicated to it. But I'm gonna do it today. I knew I should have did it yesterday before I did all that stupid shit. And then of course we have a rebooking for Marvel that we need to actually do this week too. We shot with them this weekend, but they want to reshoot, so I'll talk more about that also in another video. Let me check this contract real quick. Make sure we are on the same page here. I guess while I'm here, we can talk a little bit about contracts since I'm looking at a contract. Shout out to Roman. Okay, so this one is interesting. Hold on. I gotta ask her a question about this. Guys, don't be afraid to ask questions about any contracts, okay? First of all, making sure you have a contract is already a big thing. Make sure you have a contract. And if you have any questions about the contracts, make sure you ask them. Like I have a question right here because this one says we agreed on the rate. So the rate's right here and everything like that. It says shall invoice the agency upon completion as well as provide W-9 and screenshots from the campaign, including post analytics and insights. No fees shall be paid until the agency receives funds from brand and all relevant documentation is provided by influencer. Invoices will become payable upon receipt of invoice and W-9 and confirmation to agency contact that all content is live and analytics have been received. Payment will be released once the agency receives funds from brand. No payment obligations shall be triggered until the final post is gone live. I have a couple questions about that. Hold on. I'm about to email her back right now. So I've been cooking up this deal for a while, probably since January. And yeah, that's why my face looks oily, because like I said, I just had a whole bunch of processed sugar and drink and stuff. Woke up, just looked like shit. So we gotta do some recovery. But what I asked her was, so I mean that's a really interesting part of the agreement. It does make sense though, when I shoot these photos and I submit them, the agency is gonna pass it to the brand. Now, obviously, they have to approve of it, and obviously that makes sense. But I haven't seen it worded this way. Of all the contracts I've looked at, I haven't seen it worded this way. That's why I'm curious, because I believe this agency is doing NET15. So if you don't know what NET15 is, NET15 is you get paid after, it can take up to 15 days after your asset approval for you to get paid. So basically what I asked her is, I said, thank you. I see it states that the agency has to receive funds from the brand before payment. Is that part of the NET15 process, or is this added time? Let me know if that makes sense. So I believe, like I said, that they offered NET15. I'm not sure if at this exact moment, if that part of the process is part of that process, or if that has to go through first before the NET15. If that makes sense. Because if that adds on to the NET15 process, hold on, let me send her another email. Yeah, I just want to confirm with her if it's part of that process or if it's separate, because personally, I haven't seen it worded this way before, and I just don't want there to be any gray areas, because, the thing is, the brands, your clients, these agencies, they'll ask you how soon after you get, the contract signed, or how soon after you get the product can you deliver. So for me, I try to be as quick as I can, for one, because that just keeps things quicker on both ends and it's more professional. So if I can turn it back in within a couple days, and I'll do it in a couple days. But in some cases, it'll take longer. But for this one, for what they want, the scope that they're looking for, and what we've agreed to, I can realistically, I can get this over in a day. The longest it would take me is a couple, and that's how I work. That's how I work. And for their scope, what they're looking for specifically, yeah, I'm gonna shoot this all in a day. Now, whether everything is orchestrated and put in the different folders and all that, submitted in the same day, I can do that too. But that's also another part of the process. But that's just me being transparent. I told them, I try to get things in within a couple days ASAP. As soon as I get stuff signed and I get the product, I'm like, okay, let's get it. Because for one, you wrap up the project quicker, no need to stall. You have to think about the processing times that these agencies and brands, they go through. They have to look at your assets, or what your content assets. I've been in the game too long, so I call them assets, because at the end of the day, it's a business and you're creating something for them to use. Some people are creators, some people are content creators, and some of us, we've kind of overgrown like using those words. Like if you're a filmmaker, you're a filmmaker. You're not, of course, you are a content creator, but if you are a filmmaker, call yourself a filmmaker. Don't call yourself a content creator. That's taken away so much from your artistry. You make movies, bro. Not, you know what I mean? Like, you make movies, bro, not vlogs. You're a filmmaker. You need to stand up on that. So yeah, the assets. I tend to get them in super quick. Why? It wraps up the project quicker. You still have to let the brand process your assets to decide if they need a reshoot, a new batch, fix this, fix that. Or what we all want, right, is auto approval. So you get it auto approved. After that, you have to wait for payment. Now, depending on the platform that you're using, payment could be instant, payment could be same day. But when you have situations like this where we're talking net, NET, NET15, NET30, NET60, and it goes higher than that. But the number by net is how many days after everything's approved that it will take for you to get paid. It's not auto though. Just because you see 30 doesn't mean it's going to take 30 days, but that's saying that they have a 30-day window to pay you. It can be same day, it can be next week. Shit, you might not get it till next month, bruh. So obviously none of us want to wait like that. Some of us have net 30, some of us have net 60s, and it can take that long. It can take that long. I'll talk more about that too. I can do some videos talking about net 30, net 60 again. I have a couple on my YouTube, but I'll talk more about it. Um, I'm gonna see what she says before I sign it. I do have the contract pulled up, so I'm gonna wait and see what she says before I sign it real quick. But aside of that, yeah, I believe they said net 15. Net 15 is okay with me. That means that after we get all this set up, they have up to 15 days to pay me. If it's super technical, then it's business days. So, um, that's cool with me. But if this part of the process that I asked about, if it's not included in that 15-day window, then we're looking at more time. So that's what I want to confirm. Yeah, in the meantime, let me show you this new client. And then later on, I'm gonna do a pretty cool stream. And I'm cooking up a new series. I'm thinking about like a new streaming series for next week. Pep all in my fucking stuff. Yeah, chat, check this out. First of all, I want to say this box is beautiful. It's a beautiful box. I'm not trying to spill it. You see what that says? Ah, King Oscar. So if you don't know about King Oscar, we got the salmon, the mackerel, the kippers, the sardines, and they hooked me up with the jalapeno ones. They know me too well, man. 12 plus fish, 2-layer. Yeah, we're gonna go and get into this, man. So we're shooting for them today, man. It'll be really fun. Really big brand. This is a market I've been trying to penetrate for a while. So we have a real shot here to do something really cool. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna do here today. Let's talk about a little bit about contracts. Show my new client with Oscar, King Oscar. So that's gonna be cool. I'm about to go out there and start shooting and stuff like that right now. They need about 7-8 assets. It's a photo campaign, so hopefully I can deliver. Take care, drink your water. We done dropped a few videos to YouTube this week already. We got more coming this week. I'm dropping 4 more today. We dropped like 4 or 5 yesterday. Friday I'm dropping another 4 or 5. We're back in a fucking mode. So there's not a better time to be a supporter of what we're building than there is right now. So go show some love to YouTube, man. Go follow me on Instagram, TikTok. Instagram more so. Instagram is my main page. And we also hit 333 subs yesterday. We done lost a few subs over time, but we got 2 more yesterday, man. 333 is the sign everything works out. So appreciate all the new people, man. And come sub to me on Twitch. Sub to me on Twitch. Right, y'all take care, get your rest. Stay off that processed sugar. Stay off that drink. At least for the most part. And make sure you're getting your sleep so you don't wake up looking like this, man. All right, y'all take care.